Cool. So let's get started. Again, we'll keep this interactive. So winners today will receive some Gorgias swag as well as some Uber Eats vouchers. Let's get started with the first question. What percentage of e-commerce, what percentage of global retail is in e-commerce, right? What market share percentage do we see online these days? You should be able to see the questions on the right-hand side. Cool. So let's move on. They're pretty simple questions, I think, today. Question number 2. Which country has the highest number of e-commerce stores globally? This is actually a trick question. When I did the research for this, I was quite surprised myself. I'll give you a hint. It's got to do with a lot of drop shipping. So. All right, let's move on. Question number 3. Which platform actually has the highest conversion rate for online shoppers? And to give you a hint, when I talk about platform here, I'm actually talking about which internet browser tends to have the highest conversion rate for online shoppers. I'll give you a hint, it's not Internet Explorer. I recently had someone refer to Internet Explorer as the #1 browser to download Google Chrome. So take that as a hint. Awesome. Number 4, what's the average e-commerce spending per online shopper per visit in the United States? So we're looking for a numeric value here. What's the average? Awesome. So that number is actually quite a little bit lower than what I anticipated it to be. Number 5. What is the industry with the highest cart abandonment rate? Hint, this is probably not an industry that's generally used in e-commerce anyway. So that shouldn't be a surprise. Moving on to number 6. What is the leading reason for purchasing product online amongst internet users? We all know that obviously with COVID, e-commerce industry has boomed. People are purchasing more products online. What's the #1 reason that people do so? Question number 7. What percentage of customers will abandon the brand they love after a negative experience? I think this is a great question. We see again with the effects of COVID-19 that the e-commerce industry has expanded and boomed so much that there are more competitors out there than ever before, right? If you have a brand that you love, but you have a negative customer experience, that's really a key indicator as to whether a person will purchase from you again. And nowadays, there are more competitors out there than ever before, right? If you sell something like socks online, I mean, there are a million other sites online that will sell you socks. So it's really about capturing that customer experience and making sure that people have a good time when they do engage with you. Number 8, what percentage of business leaders tag customer experience as their top growth engine? Again, customer experience is key. I think in my slide, in my deck, I had a slide saying that 80% of people are more likely to buy when they receive a personalized experience. We have a very similar metric that says that 80% of customers feel like they could have received a more personalized experience. The key word there is feel, right? If you feel like you're not being treated well, if you feel like you're not receiving a personalized response, that's really what matters there. Even if you think you're doing a good job of providing a personalized experience for your customers, if at the end of the day, the customer doesn't feel like that, you have an issue. So customer experience is really key to the growth. Question number 9, what percentage of customers are willing to pay more for better customer experience? I think this question again shows that customer service is important. People are willing to pay for it. So we should be focusing on that as brands. Question number 10. More than half of all the internet traffic comes from mobile devices. What percentage of customers say they have a negative experience if they try to engage through a mobile device? I guess this is a different conversation altogether about online shopping via mobile devices. But it is something that we see more and more frequently. And so it's just as important to ensure that your consumers have a smooth experience on their mobile as they would on a browser on a computer, right? Pretty straightforward. Question number 11, when businesses focus on the customer experience, what percentage of growth in revenue can they expect? So this ties in nicely with the question earlier before. In other words, when you start to focus on improving your customer experience, what direct impact can you expect in your ROI? And this is actually a very high number, which I think goes to show that this is something that's important again. Question number 12. How many people are the customers likely to recommend the product to after having a positive experience with the brand? So this is similar to our earlier question number 7 about having a negative experience. Will that affect your repurchasing rate? Answer is obviously yes. Similarly, how likely are people to recommend a product after having had a great experience online? Question number 13, what percentage of customers are likely to make impulse purchases after receiving an excellent customer experience? Question number 14, let's dive into some machine learning. So this is some generic data. This is not referring to Gorgias specifically, but AI and machine learning can automate 25% of all customer interaction. That would be considered, I guess, a benchmark across the industry. What percentage of automation and growth is expected by 2023? I think what's really cool about machine learning here at Gorgias is that, you know, we feed machine learning. But the thing with machine learning is it takes time and volume, right, to create machine learning capabilities. And so here at Gorgias, we handle about 3 million tickets every single week, which means that our machine learning is improving every single time we feed some more tickets to the platform. It's getting more and more accurate. So it's obviously no surprise that as machine learning capabilities improve, we're going to be able to automate more accurately in the future. Question number 15. How many customers expect a special treatment from the brand after several purchases? This is interesting, right? This comes back to identifying your VIP customers, knowing what people are spending, knowing what previous purchases they've placed, and using that data to upsell and generate relationship with a customer to generate more revenue. Question number 16, second last question. What is the most valued by customers when it comes to customer service? We discussed this today, some key metrics that we discussed today. There's 2 primary ones actually, but one turns out is actually the most important for a consumer when they reach out to a brand. And the final question, on average, companies with an omni-channel approach in customer service grow on average by X% per year. So having that omni-channel mentality, being everywhere at the same time, allows you to grow how much on average per year. Cool, so that was the quiz today. I hope that was kind of somewhat interactive. We will be in touch with, I'll be in touch with the winners. We'll try and get the results to you as soon as you can. And again, I'll send over some Uber Eats vouchers. I'll send over some Gorgias swag, some t-shirts, some water bottles, that kind of stuff. But it looks like we're gonna wrap up a little bit early today. I'm here in Sydney, so it's still my early morning, but I think for those in North America, this could be an early wrap up for you. Thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure. And as I mentioned, if you're interested in checking out Gorgias, please still get in touch, jump on our site for a free trial or a free demo. And we'd love to have a chat to you. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jasper.
No worries at all. My pleasure.